Hearties and Hardos, it's madness time. Spinny, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, we're feeling good. I get one full day this year, Thursday, on my couch watching the day
Ooh,
one
I'm
games, so
jealous, bro.
I'm real excited for that. Four TV's gonna be up. We're gonna be rocking. It's gonna be awesome.
All right, well, let's hear from Jack so we can get our guest on here and get after this madness.
Yes, sir.
Episode 95, Spinny. We got to start off with some headlines. We'll do some local ones first. Quick shout out to the MSU Mankato, that is, basketball programs. Both men and women's have advanced to the Elite Eight. Very exciting news. The men won on a buzzer beater tonight. I just got home from that. Great atmosphere. Shout out to those two programs, and hopefully they keep that rolling. Get us, Mankato, some national championships. Spinny, you have some local shout outs here, too.
Yes, sir. UWRF, University of Wisconsin River Falls, where I coach volleyball. The women's hockey team, national champions, NCAA
Sheesh.
Division III national champions, 31-0,
Oh, my God.
most wins for an undefeated team in the history of D3 women's hockey. They're literally the best D3 women's
Best
hockey
ever.
team of all time.
The GOATs.
Yeah, clutched it up, won every single game, got to win the Natty at home in their own building.
What?
Absolutely wild.
How is that fair?
So the it's like a bidding process to host, and it's not really decided
Gotcha.
until it's not like pre-decided, you know.
Right.
So yeah, so that's how it happened. But shout out to them, really cool achievement. Goals, right? That's what we're all trying to do, I
Natty
think. So
champs.
it's fun
Nice.
to see. It's fun to see someone in your own building do it.
Yeah, that's awesome news. Well, we'll transition to the NFL now. Aaron Donald, he has called it a career Spinny 10 years in the NFL, and this man is considered one of the greatest defensive players of all time. In only 10 seasons, 3 DPOYs, a Super Bowl ring, countless all-pro teams. I mean, I'm trying to think of someone better in our lifetime, at least. He's the
I,
top of the
I
mountain,
I
I think.
don't say this lightly, but he is the best pass rusher I've ever watched
That's
live.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
100%. Like there's nobody else. None of the edge rushers that I've watched were even close. This man has a similar pressure rate to top defensive ends when he's being double teamed
Yeah.
versus when they are being single teamed.
He has
His
over
pass
100
rush
career
rate,
sacks
yeah, as a tackle.
as a tackle.
In
Yeah.
three DPOYs, two DPOYs, three
Three.
DPOYs,
Three.
three DPOYs. Basically made all pro in 8 of his 9 seasons.
Eight of his 10.
Or 8 of his 10 seasons, sorry.
10 seasons, Pro Bowl in all 10 of the seasons.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
I mean this is we're talking about a Lawrence Taylor level guy, right? Like that's what we're talking about as a pass rusher, which is absolutely crazy to me.
Well, it helps when you're that big and you can run a 4.68 combine record 40-yard dash. This is just a
No, but he was too small to play in the NFL bus. Don't
right.
you remember?
Apparently, yeah, 6'1".
Not
He's
big
too
enough.
small, huh? Yeah,
Yeah,
6'1", 280. He's too small. Apparently.
yeah, not big
God,
enough
I
of a
can't
guy.
believe that
It's
was
tough.
his knock. That is crazy. Shout out to you, Aaron Donald. You're a beast. Definitely one of the GOATs. NFL trades now, all involving the Bears and Steelers. Keenan Allen traded to the Bears. Justin Fields traded away from the Bears to the Steelers. And they also, Steelers, traded Kenny Pickett to the Eagles. Spinny, give me your thoughts about these. I'm starting to get a little worried about the Bears now. Not going to lie.
Dude, here's the thing. We talked about this off the show. but I think it's a perfect time to bring it up, even though, well, this will be a little bit of a spinny rant here for 2 seconds, but
Let's hear
the
it.
Vikings in
Well,
last place in the NFC
bro,
North
it's
next
yes,
season.
absolutely.
It's looking pretty likely as of right now because Caleb Williams is one of the best prospects we've seen. Like, if he can be on, that Stroud, Herbert, Luck level, he's worth 3 wins. Those rookie quarterbacks that are that level are worth 3 wins. It's been shown over and
Easily.
over.
Yep.
But most of the time, they're drafted to teams that had 4 wins, and so they maybe get 6 or 7 wins, and we're like, oh, they're flirty. Now they go to a team that last year had 7 wins plus all these additions. Like, if he doesn't succeed, if they're not good, it's Caleb Williams' fault. Like, I got it. As
Pretty
much
much.
as I gave Ryan Poles shit, he built a pretty good offensive roster. Good tackles, couple of good weapons. Like, you gotta give them
Keenan
credit.
Allen and DJ Moore,
Yeah, like,
and you get DeAndre Swift. I mean, they got weapons
yeah,
galore. Pick 9 in the
literally.
draft.
So, and pick nine, which is going to most likely Rome Odunze or Brock Bowers or one of those two guys, or the next tackle, depending on who's there. But like they're taking
Right.
one of those offensive players as well. Although I will say, Colin Cowherd yesterday had the Vikings at number 10 for his hierarchy going into the season, which I thought was absolutely insane. But um, so I don't know. It could be interesting. There's been some
Okay, but
natural
like
guys kind of up on the Vikings a little bit.
that is the same argument for the Vikes, though, is it not? Rookie QB coming in with all these weapons, so it's like kind
But
of the
are
same
you
thing.
are you confident in what any of those three QBs being better than Caleb Williams as a rookie? Because I'm not.
No, but they have
Okay.
our on our team. We have better pass catchers at least. Addison, Jefferson, Hawkinson.
Yeah.
I'm taking that trio over whatever trio the Bears are throwing out there of 33
Yeah,
year
you're
old
right.
Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and whoever the third is.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's
No,
a
you're
perfect
right.
situation for us too. So like we are a little
Yeah.
down on the
And our
Vikings right
defense
now.
is slightly better.
Right.
Another rumor update too on that note. Sounds like Snead is second round pick is what Kansas City is asking right now, and the Vikings are one of the teams that
Ship
have
it to
been
him.
looking into it.
Give it to him
So obviously
right
we
now.
don't have a second this year or next year with that first round pick trade, but if we could make something of similar value work, like a third and a fourth combo or something like that, to get Snead in the building, that would be absolutely insane.
Right. Well, let's make a quick comment on Justin Fields. What do you think about Justin Fields to the Steelers and the fact that they already came out and said Russell Wilson is the starter?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting because you think Justin Fields would have had a bigger market than that, and that Poles would have sent him
A
to a team where
conditional
he could
sixth
start
round
at
pick.
least. Yeah, it's not like they got anything crazy, so I'm just surprised they wouldn't have sent him to a team where he could start if that's what he wanted. But maybe he does want to sit a year behind Wilson. He thinks that Wilson's going to be done after that, and then he's going to have the Steelers franchise and coach and roster and all that. So I could see, like, if that's his plan, I could see where it makes sense. Sounds like Pickett didn't handle the Russell Wilson acquisition very well in the building. It was kind of bitchy about it
Yeah,
from
he
the
wanted
athletic
out.
articles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense for Philly too. He's a mobile kind of. He is a poor man's Jalen Hurts. He's just really poor, right? So I think style wise, it makes sense for that, given how Hurts and him play.
Yeah. Free agent signings. Hollywood Brown to the Chiefs, Tyron Smith and Mike Williams to the Jets, Chase Young to the Saints. Start with the Hollywood Brown. Obviously, they needed down the field threat, and they got him. I mean, this is a big upgrade over MBS and whoever else they were throwing out there last year. So Rashee Rice coming in the middle, Travis Kelsey going down the middle of the field, and Hollywood down the sideline. I mean, this is a match made in heaven.
Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown was traded for a first round pick. Has had 1,200 yards in a season. Like,
Right,
this
right.
is a guy who might not be, who we don't know is the same guy, but this is very like
1 year deal.
Randy to
It's
the
only a 1 year deal.
Patriots, and
Right.
like this is. I'm not comparing him to Randy Moss, but this is like Ocho Cinco going to the teams after the Bengals. Like this is like Hollywood Brown's a pretty established receiver, so it should be interesting to see if he shines with that offense. And
Right.
it's someone who can actually extend the field. like just the amount of openings it gives Travis Kelce, given how deeper the safeties
Facts.
have to play in the middle,
Exactly.
helps them. Period.
Exactly. And the Jets, Tyron Smith, I mean, we said biggest offseason need, but both of us said tackle, lineman for the Jets. They answered that right there. They still are sitting at pick 10 in the draft. They can get even more depth if they wanted to. And Mike Williams, they need another down the field threat. Garrett Wilson always working around the slot in the inside middle of the field. I still think they're one pass catcher away from being like a truly elite offense. Because, I mean, we know Mike Williams. This man's just not going to stay healthy. I'm sorry, Spinny. He's not.
No. But I do like the thought of Rodgers and Williams. It reminds me of Sidney
Of
Rice
course.
and Brett Favre. Like
Right.
I just love like Rodgers loves throwing the fade. He loves it. Just one
Yeah.
on one, just throwing it up in a position his big tall receiver can go get. It's just his favorite thing to do of all
Oh, Mike
time.
Williams is going to
So,
feast if he's healthy, for sure.
oh yeah,
I know that. I'm just saying he can't stay healthy. That's all I'm saying.
facts. That's
Chase
facts.
Young with the Saints. Good for them. He'll get to learn under Cam Jordan for a while. My question I want to ask you, though, Spinny, though, where was the market for Chase Young? He had none.
Yeah.
That was interesting to me.
One.
I'm not. He kind of obviously struggled with the Niners. Everyone thought he'd play a lot better, but still, I would have expected a bigger market for him than this.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something weird going on with Chase Young. I
Yeah,
wish I knew more about
he
exactly
just
like
wants too much money, or what?
the
Like,
or the type. I don't know if it's a locker room thing, if it's a personality thing, or I don't know. But there is something weird going on for Chase Young, given what the Commanders gave up. Got back in return for him, a guy with such high draft pedigree who had been good. There had been a couple injuries, but he was healthy with the Niners for the most part, just not quite productive. It's just weird. I don't know exactly what to make of it yet.
yeah, it is weird. I'm with you. Last NFL news: Mike Vrabel joins the Browns staff. Clear upgrade. I mean, he's going to the team that has the reigning coach of the year on there. I don't think either of us are the biggest Stefanski fans, but it kind of bolsters what they got going there coaching wise. I mean, we love Vrabel on this pod. Both of us do. This guy should be a head coach somewhere. So this is a great get for them.
Yeah, and he's probably just chilling for a year or two until he
Right.
finds the
Right. Right.
job he
Right.
wants.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Spinny. I think it's time. Get this guest on here.
Let's bring
We'll
him
welcome
on. What's going
Wade
on,
to
Wade?
the pod.
Here we
Legendary
go,
March
fellas.
Madness. He joined us for the the hard-headed league this year. I believe you just got taken down in the first round of playoffs, so sorry about that.
I screwed up. I didn't have Porzingis in for the week, and then I forgot to check it Sunday morning and couldn't get someone in.
Yeah, that's always
Lost
No.
15 points.
It wouldn't have mattered anyways. You would have faced me and lost anyways, so it's
Fair.
all good.
I didn't get my hopes up at least.
Yeah. L's for Bus.
Oh, we got to get into
No
it, fellas. So March Madness. Last year, some fun facts for you. We had 7 upsets in the first round. That's anywhere from 10 to 16 seeds. I didn't count the 9 over 8 as an upset. There were 5 6th through 16th ranked seeds, so the low seeds in the Sweet 16. So that's pretty good. I mean, over a quarter
That's pretty high.
30% of the Sweet 16 was a low seed. Final 4 was 5th ranked San Diego State, 9th ranked Florida Atlantic, 5th ranked Miami, and 4th ranked UConn, who obviously ended up winning it all. That being said, let's start with UConn's region, the East region. We're going to talk potential upsets we can see happening, a sleeper team to win the region, and then obviously pick who we are winning, who we think will win this region. So let's start with the upsets, fellas. Wade, we'll start with you, man. Who do you got your eye on?
So Drake in this one could make a little run if they can get past Iowa State. I think Washington State's a good team. They're huge. Their shortest guy is 6'6".
I got Drake on there too.
Washington State's their shortest guy is 6'6", and they're an old team, so it's gonna be a good game. But if they can get past, I think the in-state Iowa home game for Drake, basically, it's gonna be an electric atmosphere. Right. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah, I got Drake on the list too. I think Dukenees over BYU. They just play a ferocious on-ball defense style. They have an 8-game winning streak entering the tournament. You love teams playing the right way when it matters. So I like that matchup too. And at BYU, yeah, they're a 6th ranked team, but they're obviously not a team with a ton of tourney experiment. experience either. So I got my eye on those were the two that I thought in this region.
Yeah, Duke.
I think Iowa State could lose to SDSU. I
Wow,
really do.
that
I'm
would
really
be
not
that'd be
confident
electric.
in Iowa State. That'd be huge, obviously. Like two
Three
15s.
years.
We only have 11 of them since 1985, so not a lot of 15 over 2 experience, but we've seen it be done.
Three
And
straight years.
I'm worried a little bit about Iowa State's offense and their ability to be productive against
That's
SDSU
fair.
in the half court. If they can keep it more of a half court game, I kind of have a little bit of confidence in SDSU. And Mayo, yeah, their ball handling guard is
Yep.
super effective. Can get to the rack, mid range jumper. I think things that could be effective against Iowa State. So look for them to lose early, and I think you're right. That means that Drake or Washington State, both good teams that could get in the Sweet 16 from this little foursome here.
One other upset I could see, and it's literally only based on the fact that this team plays in the Big Ten. And the Big Ten is the notorious chokers when it comes
That's
to this
crazy.
tournament. Illinois,
crazy.
3 seed versus Morehead State. Like, I'm sorry. I don't care how good Illinois has been all year. We see this every single season that Big Ten always chokes in this tournament. I'm sorry. Just off that fact alone, I would look at that matchup very carefully while you're filling out your brackets. Sleeper teams to win the region, fellas.
I'm gonna jump right into Illinois. I'm gonna jump
Illinois.
right into Illinois.
Oh, come on. Big
really?
Ten team?
They're
Win
a
the
really
region?
experienced team. They just ran through the Big Ten. I think they could get, if they got hot, they could easily take out BYU. As for reasons you just mentioned, BYU, no experience. So then they get a matchup with Iowa State, who could be out or struggle to
That's
go on
true.
offense.
I
and
do
boom.
like their path. I get your point. I do
And
like
boom,
that.
they're right there in the Elite Eight against Auburn or UConn.
Yeah, man, those are my teams. Was the winner of that round of 32 between San Diego State and Auburn. I'm gonna keep riding the San Diego State train. I had them in as a sleeper team before the season even started, so I'm gonna keep rocking with them through this tournament. I mean, they were last year's runner-up, right? So they're returning a lot of experience.
They lost a couple guys
Right.
that transferred out. So, but yeah, still a great team, great defense. Everything.
I
runs
just
through
love
the
their
defense.
defense. Yeah, it's
They
so,
slow it
so
down.
tough to score on them.
Yep, they slow it down.
I think Auburn could also be a sleeper team. I don't know if a 4 seed is a sleeper team, I guess, but I
said
think they
Illinois.
have a
I think in
legitimate.
UConn's region, it definitely is.
I think they have a legitimate chance to win this region. I'm going to use a couple of analytic metrics here, and then for the remainder of the pod, adjusted offensive and defensive efficiency.
Let's
something
hear it,
I
Jared.
kind of based a lot of these picks on. And Auburn is 10th in offensive efficiency and 4th in defensive efficiency. So super efficient team on both sides. They are led by a couple of forwards scoring wise, which always makes me nervous in the tournament. But both their guards, both Jones and what's that other guy's name? Chad something with the dreads. I can see his face right now, but I can't think of his last name. They both are very assist to turnover efficient, both averaging 1 or less turnover per game on the season. So I think their ability to bring it up and still drive and then create through them and let the scoring come through the forwards could allow them to win, especially against teams like UConn. I think they could be effective.
Yeah,
I
agree with that.
The biggest knock on Auburn is people are saying they just don't have quality wins. Before the tournament, they had nothing. And then they got hot and took out the tournament. So who knows? Went right through the SEC.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Definitely no cakewalk. Why that point that Spinny made is so important for those that don't know. 20 of the last 21 national champions have been top 21 in offensive efficiency and top 37 in defensive efficiency heading into the tournament. Okay, these are pre-tournament stats. This year, it's UConn, Purdue, Duke, Arizona, Auburn, Creighton, Houston, and Marquette. Those are the only 8 teams in the tournament that meet those qualifications. So statistically speaking, you're looking at your national champion likely to be one of those 8 teams. Obviously, it's madness, though. It's March Madness. Anything can happen.
Not to mention UNC and Texas Tech both won out on
Right.
one or the other as well. So those teams right in that realm.
Exactly. Winner of the region, fellas, with all this potential sleeper to win the region talk, I am still taking your 1 seed UConn. This team is too deep, too talented. Reigning national champions makes me a little worried. We haven't seen a back-to-back champ in how long, but I'm taking UConn to advance to the Final Four.
Unfortunately, I'm also going UConn.
UConn sweep, Vinny?
They're so
it's going to
good.
be 3 for 3 in the East region on the Hard Headed Pod, but it's hard. Like you said, it's so hard to pick against them.
They're deep. They have experience. They know how to win. That's what it comes down to.
Literally, that's all it comes down to. To the West region. Start with potential upsets. I'm going to dive right into it. Grand Canyon. I love this team. And I absolutely hate St. Mary's. As we know on this pod, I picked against them last year. They are the Virginia of the West Coast. They're the Virginia of the West Coast, Spinny. I think you agree with me on that. They're slow-paced offense. I just don't like that, especially when it comes to the tournament, because you have to execute in the half court. And we know that becomes very hard in this type of setting. Grand Canyon, they're top 65 in offensive and defensive efficiency. So they are kind of flirting with that line, which is crazy to see from that small of a school. So the biggest thing for Grand Canyon is if they're going to be able to score in the half court. They're such a transition-based team. If they can execute in the half court, this is a team that could make a Sweet 16 run for sure.
Sad. I also went Grand Canyon.
Let's go!
But to be fair, I don't know if I'm picking them. I really like St. Mary's just because they can make you so uncomfortable with that defense. But
that is true.
If Grand Canyon can make them uncomfortable in that offense, they can change kind of the narrative. They can definitely speed them up if they're making shots. Then it's going to force St. Mary's to play faster, and they don't want to do that. But Grand Canyon's been there 3 of the last 4 years, so they have experience. They've got the team. They've got a deep roster. Who knows? It's madness. Another side one that you could look at is New Mexico, but I don't even know if you call that an upset.
I think New Mexico is favored in that game. So
yeah, I was gonna say, it's seed-wise, it's an upset, but I don't think any of us would be shocked there.
Nope.
Another upset, I think, based on some play style matchups, would be Charleston over Bama. Both these teams are just hucking them. This is going to be hucking them fest.
It's going to be a
70, 80 threes in this game. So that's going to be wild. But Charleston is 20-0 when they've scored 80-plus points this year. So I think if the threes are going in, even both ways, I think Charleston could pull this off. Bama also 112th in defensive efficiency on the season. So them getting stops against Charleston is going to be so that's going to be interesting. I think that if Charleston's shots are falling, this could be a nice, easy upset. But also, you could say the same thing for Bama. So this is one of my biggest either-ors. If Bama's hitting, they can make a run too. Because you got that St. Mary's Grand Canyon matchup, who they can definitely beat, and then they'd be playing North Carolina, and that would be whatever. But I think it could be an easy Sweet 16 run for them if they can get past Charleston. And the same to say for Charleston if they can score 80 against their next round matchup as well.
That'll be a fun Friday one. That's going to be a fun Friday game.
Yeah, it is. Bama has losses in 4 of their last 6, so not what you want to see as they head into the tournament. The only other one that we haven't mentioned yet, Nevada over Dayton.
I don't even know if you call that an upset.
That's not really much of an upset. Dayton, same exact reason. 5-4 in their last 9 games, have not been playing good ball as of late. And if Nevada can rebound, that's a team that can play with anybody as well.
Dayton's got I forget his name. He's got a fun NBA guy. They have a fun NBA guy.
Okay.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but Dayton's not bad. They cooled off a little bit, and Nevada's heated up. So I think that could be a fun one.
Sleeper team to win the region. We already mentioned them both. New Mexico and Grand Canyon were the 2 I had my eyes on. What about you guys?
I think a sleeper team that could surprise people is Alabama if they get hot. They're putting up 100 points a game. Good luck. They're one of those teams that if they start hitting their shots, they don't have a range. They have a low floor, high ceiling. Could easily lose to Charleston, but they could also make a run to the Final Four.
Right.
Totally agree. I have Boomer Bust written down right next to Alabama, and I
Yep.
also have them in this in this sleeper team to win the region. But honestly, I think it's about a 97% chance one of two teams win this region. I just
I
think
agree.
the two seeds are a lot better
Yep.
than the next 14
Yep.
teams in the region.
I've got a 1v2 matchup as well. So
you don't give your squad, your Spartans, any love? They're taking the
think
L
UNC
to UNC second round?
I think UNC is too good. Michigan State's been too inconsistent. Izzo Magic. We'll see if they get past Mississippi State. That's going to be a good game. That first one, and then UNC is a tough team.
Hey, all you got to do, if you're filling in your bracket by pen and paper, just write MSU on there for that one. You're going to get it right no matter what.
Yep, and then you're good.
All right, fellas. Winner of the region.
Arizona.
What you guys got? Arizona.
They fell off a little bit, but man, they're a good team. They brought in the Gonzaga big man, Diallo.
Yeah.
Last year, Gonzaga big man.
Yeah.
Monster. They're gonna be a mismatch. They got that Euro style. They're good. They're a good team. Caleb Love. That would be a fun UNC Arizona game with Caleb Love returning.
Facts.
Beat down on his old team.
I hope we get to see that one so bad. I think it's going to be fun too. Either way, I'm taking Davis and Baycott though. I'm taking the experience and taking the well, I guess they're both experienced teams really, but I trust North Carolina more in the tournament than I do Arizona historically, and so we're going slight edge there. But I think this is going to be a good game.
It'll be a fun one.
You guys are all wrong. The winner of this region will be a double-digit seed.
Nevada.
What?
I'm going with them.
Wolfpack.
Any of them. Give me any of the three: Grand Canyon, Nevada, New Mexico.
You don't get all three.
Yes,
What is that cop out?
If I'm
What is
taking
that
a
cop-out
double-digit
fest?
seed, that's my answer. A double-digit seed wins this region.
Who's your favorite of the three?
Grand Canyon is my favorite of the three.
Wow.
But with that being said, I like New Mexico's path more than Grand Canyon.
I like the Patino.
I am more worried. In regards to the top seeds in this region, I am more scared of North Carolina than I am Arizona. I'm sorry to say it. Arizona is another team that just notoriously chokes, no matter how good their team is in this tournament. So I refuse to have any faith in Arizona. I refuse to do it. I've done it way too many times. I will never do it again. So I'm picking a double-digit seed to win this region.
Wow.
That was the one crazy
That's how
one
I felt about That's how I felt about Virginia historically. But
Virginia, Purdue, and
then
Arizona. Those are the three teams
Yes,
I stay
those
away
are the
from.
three. I do
Yes.
not like either.
Literally.
And I'm
Get 'em
gonna,
out of
I
here.
might have to change some of that as well later on. We'll hint at.
Right. We'll see. All
I
right,
just want to
fellas.
be clear, Virginia shouldn't be in this tournament still. They still only have 14 points, 17 minutes left in the second half.
They have not scored a point.
Nope.
They have not scored a point since 11 minutes remaining in the first half. And
They have
there is
14
17
points,
and a
and they
half
just
left
airball-
in the
and they just
second.
airball, yeah. Give us
They
Indiana
have not
State. Let us
They have
see
not
if
scored in
just-
12 and a half minutes of game time since they scored last.
They're so bad, and we all knew it was coming.
Another turnover.
They're so bad. Okay, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Just had the committee.
Get
did
them out of
terrible.
the tournament makers. No more
The
Virginia.
Committee
please.
did terrible this year. I'm not
They're
going
a
to lie.
bubble team.
Man.
Kick them out. All right,
Yeah,
fellas.
Pitt should be in.
think
I
it's
wanna
time
see
for
India-
me
I want
kick your
Indiana
ass in trivia. It's time.
All right, let's do it.
My questions are too good today.
I got some good ones.
Spinny, why don't you lead us off? Then I'll go, then Wade. What is your easy question, Spinny?
Ooh, all right. Easy question. Who was the first 16 seed to beat the University of Virginia in 2018?
I got it.
Got it. It is UMBC.
UMBC.
Okay. Both of you are correct. Bonus point is, what does UMBC stand for? If you can tell me exactly, there is a bonus point.
Can't tell you.
Oh, it's University of Maryland something, isn't it? I don't know what the PC is. Couldn't tell you.
British
It
Columbia.
is University of Maryland. University of Maryland, Baltimore County is the
Baltimore.
UMBC.
Baltimore County. There it is.
Good one.
I'll go easy, even though Spinny's question right there was very similar to one I have coming up here.
Oh,
My easy
no.
question. Last year's runner-up. Who was last year's runner-up?
I got it.
Damn. I really don't remember.
Damn. Wade, you go last then.
All right.
That's tough, Spinny.
And
I
that's
even
tough.
mentioned it in
That's-
this episode. 5, 4.
I don't remember. I'm going to say North Carolina.
Last year's runner-up was who, Wade?
The Aztecs of San Diego State.
San Diego
San
State
Diego
lost to
State.
UConn.
I should have known
last
that.
year.
Tough.
All
I
right.
didn't deserve that point with that bogusness.
Yeah, that's tough, Spinny. Come on now.
My easy one. Who was the last college basketball team to win back-to-back national championships?
I got my
I should know
guess.
who this is.
You should know.
Oh, man. I actually don't know, to be honest. It's been a fat minute since it happened. Okay, I got a guess.
Okay.
My guess is Florida.
It's Duke in the 90s, right?
It's
With
Florida.
Leitner. They won
It's
2 in a
Florida.
row?
Two-
Really?
Florida won 2 in a row.
2006 and 2006.
Oh, yeah, with Joakim Noah.
Yep.
Dang.
They all returned to college to win another one.
How did I not know that? Damn it,
Come on,
Dylan.
Spinny. Come on, man.
Gosh.
I have a bonus.
I'm
point.
off
You guys
my
have a
game.
bonus point. How many teams have done it total? How many times has it been done?
Wait, what was the bonus point?
How many times has it been done?
So,
Oh, how many repeats?
like
Okay.
the UCLA ones, are we like, is that
Counting since
multiple or?
since it's been a college basketball national championship? It goes back.
No,
to,
yeah, I know, but like UCLA won like 8 in a row or whatever. Is that multiple or is that just one?
No, that's just one.
That's one.
Okay.
I'll go 6
I'm gonna
times.
say 7.
7. So it's been done 7 times in history.
Spinning with the bonus
I
point.
needed that. I
UConn's
needed
trying to
that
make
bonus point.
UConn's trying to make it 8.
Let's go.
Okay. I have to change my medium question. Oh, no, Spinny's your medium question. Sorry. Going out of order here.
My medium question. 1 point for each. Who has the largest comeback in NCAA tournament history and how many points? I will give you plus or minus 2. So if you get within 2 points
Can I
of
get
either
a-
side of the
in our
point, I will
lifetime
count. Yes, in our lifetime, yes.
Okay.
I'm checking right
Biggest
here to
comeback.
100% confirm. Yes, in our lifetime.
I got to guess. I really have no idea, so I'm just going to have to guess on this one.
I've got a very far-fetched guess, but
Let's go UConn 26 points.
I thought Miami had a big one last year against Drake, and I want to say that was 21 or 23.
Which one is it, 21 or 23?
23.
All right. Spinning?
Okay, there is one point to be given out. Neither of you got the team correctly, but the team was Duke. The year was 2001, and the number of points was 22. So 1 point for Wade on the 23 points guess.
Interesting.
That's crazy
Man.
that the team hasn't came back for more than that, to be honest.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. It was just the NCAA put a bunch of facts like on their website, and that's kind of what I snag some of this trivia from, and
I remember.
I
I
was like,
remember
no
last year there
way.
was a decent one. I remember Miami made a pretty decent one against this
Yeah,
Michigan team,
Miami made a big one,
and they ended up going to the Final Four off it.
literally. What's your medium there, Bus? Why'd you have to switch it?
Because it's essentially the same question as your easy question. So
Oh, okay.
we got one. Okay, we will do since 2000. How many coaches have more than one national championship?
I guess.
I'm gonna say I got to guess too. I'm gonna say 4.
I'm gonna go 5 then.
The answer is 6. Believe it or not.
So
So
Coach K,
right,
Coach K,
Coach K, Williams.
Calhoun, Williams,
is
Billy
Illinois second?
Donovan,
Oh,
Billy
Billy
Donovan,
Donovan
Bill Self, and
and Bill Self.
Jay Wright is your 6th
Did Michigan State only win one?
one. I believe so. I'm only seeing one.
Yeah,
on
Izzo
the list
only
here.
has one.
Okay.
Izzo in 2000. That is it.
I thought it was later.
Izzo in 2000.
Okay. I know they made a bunch of Final Fours, but
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what they're notorious for. All right, Wade, what's your
Donovan was the one I forgot.
so we're gonna switch up the pace a little bit. And we're gonna test some baseball knowledge.
Okay.
Ooh,
So the Twins have had a hard time keeping starting pitching. Who's the last pitcher to start back-to-back opening days for the Twins?
got it.
I feel like we had this question in the past, Spinny.
I think we did.
I got another one then.
No, we'll run with it. We'll run with it because I definitely don't remember. There's no way. Let's go. Let's just go Johan Santana. That's not right. I think it was before him. That's my guess, though.
Okay, what do you got, Spinny?
Johan was
guess
gonna be
right
my
away.
guess too, but Johan was my guess, but I'm gonna change it actually. I'm gonna go with Brad Radke.
Way more recent than that. We got Barrios,
Jose,
and we had
you threw us off with the we can't keep the pitching around. We're all like, all right.
Well, some teams have been pitching around for 6-7 years in a row, and our longest is like 2 years. So we had Ervin Santana for a couple of years, and then we had a whole bunch of random ones, and then you had Jose Barrios for 2 years.
Darn, God. What are the scores going into the hard round?
Hard round. Wade is winning with 3 points. I have 2. Spinny, you have 1.
All right.
Your hard question.
3, 2, 1. Hard question. 2 points for the name, 1 point for the amount of points. Who holds the NCAA tournament single game scoring record? And how many points?
You said in tournament?
Tournament game.
All right, I have a guess.
I've got a guess, but I got a guess.
Let's say, for some reason, I have Jimmer Fredette in my brain.
That's what I wanted to go, but that's too easy, I feel like.
Jimmer Fredette with 41 points.
I'm going to go Larry Johnson.
We get any point variance on this one?
Oh, no.
I'm going to go Larry Johnson with 37.
Wow. You were both really low. The number of points is 61.
Well,
And the name is Austin Carr in 1970. Scored 61
why didn't I
points
simply
in the
ask for
NCAA
the
tournament.
in the lifetime hint? I don't know why I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
I stayed in my 1990s.
Also interesting, 9 players have scored 300 points in March Madness. Austin Carr is not one of them. Scored 60 points in a game, but did not score 300 points in his March Madness career. which is very interesting.
That is crazy.
This is not going to be a hard question, so I just wanted to ask it to see if you guys know. Who has the most points in March Madness history?
Is it possibly Doug McDermott?
Good guess, but no.
I don't know.
I just know he played 4 years, and I'm pretty sure they were in the tournament every year. So,
It's Christian Leitner.
wow.
Christian
Oh,
Leitner.
yeah,
407 career March Madness points.
Wow. Was he a 4-year? I'm assuming he was a 4-year Duke guy.
Yeah.
One of the many.
One of the many. My hard question. Since 2000, there have only been 5 teams that have won the national championship that main school colors did not include blue. Name 3 of these 5. You get a point per school you name correctly. I'm being nice here.
You got one.
Man.
There's 5 teams. You have to name 3 of them.
I got one.
Main
I got
school
one
colors
too.
do not include blue. Surprised you guys don't have
Main
more than one.
school colors.
That's hard. I'm trying
This
to
is
think.
since 2000?
Since 2000, there's only been 5 schools.
Wow.
Hmm.
Kind of a crazy stat.
God.
Powerhouses.
That's such a good one.
Maybe you have 2. I don't know if I'm getting more than 2.
I don't know either. I have one. I only have one.
Okay.
All right, 5. Spinny, give me your 1 then. 3, 2, 1.
So we're gonna go. So Michigan State.
That was mine.
I'm just trying to think of schools with no blue. Indiana. And frick. Texas Tech.
So he said both of mine. I had Indiana, Michigan State, and I don't even think Indiana won one, to be fair, but they were really good for a while.
I don't either.
Did Purdue win
your
one?
3rd guess.
I'm gonna go Purdue. I don't.
You
think
guys
they won
both scored
1
1 point.
Yeah.
Michigan State, obviously a little tough. I didn't expect Wade to wear Michigan State jersey here, so that made it a little easier for you. But Michigan State in 2000, Maryland in 2002.
Never got that.
Syracuse.
Maryland won a natty?
Yeah.
Syracuse has blue, I thought.
Syracuse is
Red,
orange.
white.
I thought they were orange and blue.
2003, Syracuse, Carmelo Anthony.
I should've got
Louisville, 2013, Louisville. And not even that long ago, fellas, Baylor, 2021.
Baylor Bears. No, it's hard when you're on the spot thinking about. You're trying to rack your brain.
I know.
You're going through a million teams.
That was a good question, Bus. I like that question.
I was just like looking at the Wikipedia list of past national champions. I was like, wait, that team has blue in it. That
That's
team has blue in
crazy.
it. That one's blue. I was
Did
like,
you read
what the
something
hell?
on, or did you just know all the team colors?
I just knew the team colors. Because you look at the champions, we got other teams: UConn,
Duke,
Kansas,
Gonzaga.
Virginia, Nova, North Carolina, Duke, Kentucky, Florida, all have blue.
If Wisconsin would have won one that year.
True.
All right, what's your hard question, Wade?
All right.
If either of us get this, we win. Otherwise, Wade is the winner.
This is a tough one. So it'll be it'll be kind of a bonus point question. What team has scored the most points in regulation since the year 1990 in a single March Madness game, and how many points did they score?
Most points in a March Madness game. I have a guess.
Interesting. Most points
in regulation.
Most points in regulation. And did you say a year on this one?
Since the year 1990.
Just gonna have to guess me. There's no way around it, dude.
All
It's too
right.
many years.
We're gonna say
I'm gonna go
Notre
Kansas
Dame.
108. 108 Kansas.
Notre Dame 98.
You guys are both way off. Loyola Marymount in the year 1990 scored 149 points in regulation.
What?
What?
149?
An 11 seed over the 3-seeded Michigan.
What are we talking about?
And then 2 games later, they went on to lose to UNLV, and UNLV put up the second most points in NCAA history with 131.
What the hell? That is actually insane. Wade, Spinny and I absolutely hate when guests come on here and dub us at our own game, but congrats, man. You are the trivia champion.
Good win, Wade. Fucker.
We should have saw this.
What?
It was a fun one.
What?
I'm a March Madness guy. That was a fun one.
Yes, you are. That was great.
All right, back
let's
to
do
the
it,
bracket.
boys.
South region.
All right, let's update. We all got UConn, and then in the West, it's UNC, Arizona, and random 11 seeds.
I will solidify my pick. We will go New Mexico, 11 seed.
All right.
I like the Patino pick.
Good. We're rocking it. Come on. South, potential upsets. Obviously, I'm going to mention James Madison over Wisconsin. Screw Wisconsin. I'm going to cheer against them regardless of who they're playing. But this James Madison team is actually really good. Elite, up-tempo offense. And Wisconsin, they're just very inconsistent on defensive end. That's not what you want to be heading into a game like this with this high-powered of an offense from James Madison. We saw first game of the year.
JMU, baby!
JMU, they beat your Spartans.
One.
First game of the year.
They did.
Wade, very good win there, too, as well.
It's going to be a fun one.
That was it. That was my big one I'm looking at. I'm also looking at Vermont over Duke. Very short rotation. I'm picking Duke to win this game. Just these reasons stand out to me. Short rotation for Duke versus a very big rotation for Vermont. They keep it up-tempo. Duke likes scoring half court. If Vermont keep it up-tempo, get guys like Filipowski into foul trouble, Duke could run into problems early. So those were two that stood out to me right away.
Mine is one of my – it's going to tie into the next part, but Colorado.
Yep.
I think they're going to pull off a nice one over Boise, and they're hot. They've won 8 of their last 9 games, losing in the Pac-12 championship. They're a really good team with 3 NBA-level guys, with Sampson going pretty early. I think they can make some noise. They'd have a tough match against Marquette, but I think they can hard to call it an upset, I guess, but it'll be a fun one.
No, I think Colorado's going to be Florida, too. I have that one written down.
Well, Florida's center went down, too.
That was the big reason for me is key injury there in the SEC tournament. Spin, do you have any different ones?
No. JMU and Colorado were the main 2 on my list. I do.
So neither of you guys picked against my boys, huh?
No, that's what I was about to say. Oakland.
They haven't beat anyone.
Way to be smart.
I just don't like Townsend doesn't impress me at all. Their best player. I think he can be minimalized in the tournament.
They got to Rocket Watts.
Oh yeah, Rocket Watts. Let's go. But yeah, I just don't like Oakland's ability to score against Kentucky. So that's going to be tough. As much as
there's a potential NC State. If Burns and company get hot, they're an old team. They could provide some resistance against Texas Tech.
Yeah, I like NC State too. Their biggest issue is their inconsistency. Yeah.
Yep. So, if they get hot, who knows?
Right now, they are hot right now. They went through the ACC tournament, beat Duke.
And Burns is a big boy.
Yeah, he is. He is huge. You should be playing D lineman or offensive lineman somewhere. That's for sure. That dude is massive. Sleeper team to win the region. I think whoever comes out of the pod of Wisconsin, James Madison, Duke, and Vermont can make a run all the way to the Final Four. Those were kind of my teams I had eyes on. I already talked about Duke or Vermont and James Madison. So you guys
Mine's
got my reasons
Colorado.
for it.
I kind of already
Colorado.
mentioned Colorado. I think you get in a matchup with Marquette. Marquette plays kind of crazy defense sometimes. If Colorado, their main guys do their job, they could be right there in the Elite Eight.
Spinny?
Texas Tech. Bunch
Oh
of
my
guards
God.
that
Get
can
outta
beat you
here.
off the dribble and score. We got Isaacs and Toussaint and Williams and McMillan. Their 4 best players are guards that can beat you and penetrate and score. So I like how that works in the tournament. Also 23rd on offense and 45th on defense in efficiency. So even higher numbers than you'd expect from Tech. So I like what they can do. Their path is not necessarily the easiest ever, but I think if they can keep their efficient scoring from their guards, which is a thing that just wins in the tournament and probably their biggest strength as a team.
That's fair. I just question their perimeter defense. They struggle slowing down the 3-point line. They're also a very below average rebounding team.
They're a smaller team.
Yeah. Given all those guards
they
that they
are.
rely on. So.
And that's why NC State could be a hard matchup for them. I think if they get past that, it gets easier and easier, actually. But yeah, the big men of NC State could be an issue.
I mean, they'd still have Kentucky. I don't know if they can keep up with Kentucky on the outside.
Come on.
They're dubbing UK. I ain't scared about bum-ass UK. I ain't scared about them. They're bummy. They're way too highly seeded to actually win.
They don't play defense.
Way too highly seeded to win.
They don't play defense, but
if they were an 8 seed, I'd believe in them. If they were like a 6 to 8 seed, I'd believe in them, but not now.
Okay.
All right. Who's winning the region then, Spinny? Because you know I'm picking Kentucky. I'm picking myself.
Are you actually?
Yes. Think about it. Okay. Kentucky can score with any team in this country. If they are hot and hitting their 3-point shots, they can beat literally any single team in this country. Like Wade said, biggest questions around the defensive end. So they're essentially going to have to outscore teams. Obviously, over this many rounds, you don't want to rely purely on your offense. So they're going to have to be able to get stops in this tournament. But I'm sorry, I'm just not scared of Marquette. They have to get through Marquette to get
108th defensive efficiency for
They're
Kentucky.
terrible at defense.
108.
They're terrible. But look at their pass spinning. I am not scared of Marquette at all as a 2 seed. Marquette doesn't scare me. That's a team that chokes immediately. They choke all the time. They choked last year as a 2 seed. They're gonna choke. I'm not scared. I think, like Wade was talking about Colorado, I think Colorado is gonna win that game over Marquette. I got Colorado in the Sweet 16. So I like Kentucky's path. That's why I think they actually have a route to the Final Four here.
This was my hardest region. This was my hardest region.
My problem with Kentucky is go ahead, Spinny.
Go ahead, Wade. No, you go ahead.
My problem with Kentucky is they're going to have to run into Houston to get to the Final Four.
Correct.
And Houston plays defense.
Yes, very good at defense.
And if they can get going on offense, which they should be able to against Kentucky, Houston's going to control the game. But based on the metrics that Spinny was talking about, a team with that bad of a defense rarely ever goes to the Final Four.
Correct. It just doesn't hold up.
You're gambling every single game.
Right.
So,
but I'm betting on it. They're my team. I don't care.
Oh, I'm with it. If Sparty was in a position, I get it. I'm going with Houston.
You're taking Houston.
I hate games hockey, but man, they've been my pick since the beginning of the year.
Hey, shout out to Houston too. Everyone was always like, okay, be in a good conference and see if you can actually win this many games. What happened? They joined the Big 12 and they destroyed the Big 12. So,
and they had a little letdown against Iowa State.
They have 2 of their 3 losses are to Iowa State. That's it.
And they've been dominant besides that, and that's a good defense. Yeah, I don't think they have any hard defense they're going to be playing in this tournament. A&M or Nebraska.
Who are you picking then, Spinny? You're not picking Houston or what?
No, I'm not. I'm not picking Houston.
Oh, my God.
Marquette.
I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry to do this for the amount of hate I have towards this team.
You're not picking
But I'm going to pick Duke. I'm going to pick Duke.
Wow.
I wanted to pick Marquette, too. Marquette and Duke was who I was deciding between. And then Bus just was on the roast Marquette train. So,
Marquette's got one of the best point guards in the nation.
Yes, they do. They're just
Tyler
they're borderline Purdue, Virginia, Arizona level to me. Where
their defense is chaotic. They scramble. It's a good team.
All right, screw it. We're picking Marquette. I can't pick Duke. I can't believe I actually thought about picking Duke on the pod.
I was gonna say,
we're picking Marquette.
Duke's either losing second. They're
sorry, Duke fans.
Down to 32.
Yeah, Duke's losing the second round for sure.
That's what I think.
To James Madison, let's go, baby! Come on, JMU.
That'd be something.
All right, fellas. We're to the last region, the Midwest region. Upsets, man. I like Oregon over South Carolina. That's one.
I think they're favored.
Are they actually?
I think they were.
Okay, that makes complete sense. Lost my notes. I also simply like Samford over Kansas. Samford can score like crazy. If they're able to rebound, they could win. A lot of this hinges, though, on the health of Kansas's best two players.
He just got ruled out.
Which one did? McCullough or
not Dickinson.
McCullers.
McCullers just got ruled out with a knee injury for the tournament.
That's why I'm sus about Kansas. If they would have had those two guys, they could have relied on those two. They have the experience. They could have made a run as a 4 seed.
But
I don't know. Without McCullers, man.
And even with all those guys in, their numbers are way down.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Offensive and defensive efficiency are both not great.
So those are two that stood out to me. Oregon over South Carolina, Samford over Kansas.
Yep. So I also have Kansas as a possibility, the Samford over Kansas. But if Dickinson can get going, Samford's small.
He's going to eat, yeah. Dickinson's going to eat.
2 guys in their roster over 6'6" in Samford. Right. It's called Buckyball, and they just throw everyone at you, and it's chaotic, and it's going to be fun. It'll be a fun one. Kansas is going to try and slow it down, and Dickinson's going to have to put up 25 to 30 points coming off that shoulder. And then McNeese. McNeese is fun.
You like McNeese? Man, there's so many people that are on McNeese, and I
don't think they're beating Gonzaga, but man, it's gonna upset.
Gonzaga's so efficient. Gonzaga's so efficient. I think they're just gonna do that against McNeese. You know,
McNeese is small, and McNeese has not played a single team in this tournament. They beat Michigan.
Not one team.
They beat Michigan, and that's like the only they played a women's school, and they counted on their record. Look it up.
They did
That's
not. Are you actually serious right now?
They did. Let me keep going. I'll pull up that women's. I'll tell you what the team's called.
All right, St. Peter's. Anyone have any faith in St. Peter's at all?
It's not the same team.
No,
it's not the same team.
No, it's not.
It's not. Tennessee is also not that Kentucky team. Kentucky didn't have one go-to guy where they're like, okay, here, have the ball and give me a fucking bucket.
Yeah.
Tennessee has that guy in Dalton Connect. This dude, we've seen it countless times throughout the year. He is a fucking bucket.
Great.
So he can single-handedly win that game. Don't give me this St. Peter's crap. We're over that team.
Yeah.
Don't remind me of that.
I thought, I don't even think they were expected to win. I thought we'd get Fairfield out of this conference. But, yeah. Anyways, I just had to bring it up with the story, with the UK hate theme on this March Madness episode.
I got that team. Mississippi University for women, 92-23. They put that on their record. What are we doing here?
What are we doing here is right. All right, boss, can we move on now so I can hype up my Big East squad or what? Because the Creighton Blue Jays are winning this region. Dubbing it. Winning it.
I like it.
Yes. They are winning it. I'm
That's my sleeper. That's my sleeper.
Yes.
Creighton's
three guys that score 17 points a game. 3 guys that can score at any rate. They have wins over Marquette and UConn in conference. Great season from Creighton, and I just love how they can score. Right? They are 12th,
play defense,
12th
too.
in offensive efficiency and 24th in defense. They can do it on both ways. They have 3 guys that can score, at 2 of them at every level, and obviously Kalkbrenner's a center and is impactful on both ends. So I just love what Creighton's got going.
Hey, Spinny, you don't got to give me that sass, man, because I also have Creighton winning this region. I do.
Wow.
I don't have a win in the region. I don't have a win in the region. They're my sleeper team.
Okay. Who's your winner?
I got Purdue.
What?
Virginia
We've had this
storyline.
conversation, Wade.
Virginia story arc. What happened after Virginia
No,
lost
no,
to a 16?
That was one time. We're not seeing this again.
Edie is going to put up 35 a game. And the way these refs call for him, nobody is stopping him. Braden
I don't
Smith,
know if they – okay, in the regular season.
they have shooters now, though.
Look at
they're the second leading in three-point percentage in the nation. Last year, they didn't have that. All their metrics are better than last year.
True. That is true.
They're a good team. Braden Smith is a monster. Foster Lawyer is good.
And you have to change your whole game plan for Edie. And if you're not going to double him, he's going to cook you. And this year, they actually have shooters on the outside that can make you pay.
And let's listen to their path there. Utah State with no big men. Or you got TCU with no big men. Then you've got Kansas or McNeese. Who's beating them there? You think either one of those teams are stopping Edie?
And then you've got
a toss-up versus Creighton or Tennessee. It's the writing's on the wall for them to be in the Final Four.
I feel like it's fairly easy to the Elite Eight as well, unless the Zags are the team. Because I think they might have a chance, size-wise and defense-wise, to kind of make that work. But other than that, I don't know if anyone on their side can beat them.
But
no, they're not. Definitely not. Agreed.
So that's obviously it scares me because Matt Painter can't coach, and he loses in every single March Madness. But back-to-back National Player of the Year, Zach Edey. How often do we see it? A 7'5" behemoth.
Agreed. Creighton was my sleeper team, but they were also my winner as well. So I kind of had them doubled in there.
I think it's going to be a great Elite Eight game between Creighton and Purdue, and I think Tennessee.
Yeah,
it's that Tennessee Creighton game is going to be fun in the Sweet 16.
I want to see Tennessee Creighton. That one first is going to be wild.
Because I don't think either of those teams get upset.
No.
Because South Carolina or Oregon, I don't think match up with Creighton. And Texas is the only. I think Texas could scare Tennessee. I like Texas with A. Smith there.
Yeah.
He's top 10 scoring all time for college basketball.
He is a beast. Yeah.
And we've seen what he can do in the tournament. We've already seen what can happen from that man.
They've got a good team. They're just inconsistent. So if they click, Texas could make a small run. So I guess I'll add them in as a little sleeper.
Like that. All right. Is it Final Four time?
Final Four. Hope you guys have been following along. I have UConn facing off against New Mexico. Obviously, I'm taking UConn in that game. I have Kentucky facing off against Creighton. Battled 3 seeds there. I have Creighton winning that game. UConn, little Big East battle here in the title game. I got UConn winning it all, fellas. UConn, back-to-back champs. That is my pick.
So I've got UConn, Arizona facing off, and I've got Arizona.
Okay. Don't tell me your championship is Arizona and Purdue.
Oh, it is.
What?
The untested coaches.
What? Arizona and Purdue?
So we got
Bro, if you win, you better put that on your bracket. Because if you win that with your bracket, I swear. I swear.
The past 5 years, huh?
I know. The streak god, but holy. Arizona and Purdue. That's crazy to me. Who you got?
With Purdue taking it.
Purdue national champs. Okay.
Purdue's the national champion.
Okay.
Virginia.
We have a
villain arc.
We have I like that. We have a Big East Final Four over here. 3 of the 4 of my Final Four teams are in the Big
That's not a
East.
good sign, Spinny.
No, it's not. UConn and UNC. I think North Carolina takes it over UConn. Baycott goes off. They do something crazy. And then Creighton would beat Marquette again. I like Creighton's efficiency. And then I'm taking UConn. I'm taking UConn over Creighton in the Natty.
You guys both got the same natty,
Or
same.
I'm sorry,
You said UNC.
over
Yeah.
UNC over Creighton in the Natty.
Okay.
Sorry for my
Okay.
misspeak there.
UNC.
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 UConn. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So we all got a 1 seed winning.
Yeah,
We do.
it's usually not a good sign.
It's usually not.
Nope.
No.
Usually not a good sign.
But to be fair, with this March Madness, the teams at the top are very good.
I think they're a little,
Agreed.
yeah.
All 4
little
1 seeds
better
are
this
very good, but we're not anticipating much madness.
Okay, a couple of stats for you on March Madness before we take off. A
Let's
couple
hear
of fun things I wanted to add to let you know when you're picking your upsets. In the first round, this is since 1985, so 38 tournaments. There has been 11 winning over a 6 58 times. The 11 seed wins 38% of the game, so almost 1.5 11 seeds winning per year. So you should have at least one of those in the first round. 12 over 5, there's been 53 of those. 34.87% of 12s have beat 5s. So again, more like that 1.3 wins per madness. So you should probably have one of those. As well as 32 13 over 4s, which is about 20%, 21%, getting close to that 1 per March Madness level. So those 3, you should have at least one of those. 14 over 3, there's been 22 of those. A little over half of the March Madnesses have had a 14 over 3, 11 15 over 2s, and 2 16 over 1s. In the second round, a 7 or a 10 has won against a 2 seed 46 times in the last 38 tournaments. So about 1.1 times per tournament. So you should have a 10 or a 7 over a 2. It happens almost every season. So I thought that was quite interesting, as well as a 1 seed has lost in the second round 19 of those 38 tournaments. So every other year, a 1 seed loses in the second round on average as well. So just keep those things in mind when you're picking your NCAA tournament games.
Interesting.
Anything else for us, Bus?
No, I think that was it. That was episode 95, the March Madness episode. Wade, we appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for
giving
having
us
me on,
all
guys.
your knowledge, even though I absolutely hate your championship matchup. But
It's madness.
maybe they'll shock me. You're right.
It's the madness.
It is madness. Exactly. All right, Wade. We'll keep in touch, man. Appreciate
All
you.
right, thanks, guys.
Spinny, how you feeling, man? What are your overall
Feeling
thoughts
good.
heading into this tournament here?
You know I love March Madness, man. This is fun. I might have to rethink my bracket for my pick. I didn't even notice my 3 Big East teams in the final. I don't know if we love
You're gonna
that.
change it up a little bit
So
for sure.
we might have to slide Duke in there instead of Marquette. But we'll see.
Stop.
I don't know.
No Duke. Bro, put Kentucky
Could
in there
happen.
instead. Come on, man.
No, I'm not picking the big blue bums. Not doing
Oh
that.
my God. You
Not
picked
picking
you picked
BBB.
UNC to win it all. Get out of here.
They're not the big blue bums. That's the BBB. We're not picking the BBB. Cult leader Calipari. We're not picking them. Come on.
Whatever, Spinny. All right, Hardos, we appreciate you all for tuning in. Once again, stay tuned. Next week, we'll have our big MLB preview dropping right before opening day, which is next week, Thursday, the 28th. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, enjoy March Madness, y'all. It's that time.
Thank you, Hardies and Hardos. We didn't even get to unveil, Bus, our new confetti out on this episode. Thank you to everyone for listening. Hug my friends and family and go out on some hearts, baby. Let's go.